There we go.
Let's do it twice.
Yeah. All right, they get it. So Biden moves to ban some cigarettes on his way out. Check out the story. Let's talk about it.
Our street corners into a scene straight out of Goodfellas. The second Prohibition era, cigarette edition.
In yet another 11th hour move,
they try to be funny. That shit ain't even funny.
Around regulations. This lame duck administration has pushed through an FDA proposal forcing the drastic reduction of nicotine levels in cigarettes, effectively banning all the cigarettes currently on the market.
This proposal takes effect. You might as well hand illegal alien cartels and criminal gangs and the black market Marlboros wrapped in a bow, because this is what would be a great gift.
Did you hear about this, Brix?
Never mind the fact that cigarette smoking, the rate of it in the United States, has recently fallen to a historic low. Yet Joe Biden still feels the need to regulate and regulate and regulate. Watch out. Coming up next, bacon.
Nope, don't give them any ideas.
They talk about bacon. They talk about bacon.
Network Chair Richard Marianos. And Richard, I'm not a smoker.
Now, before I let this other dude do his little chat, we're going to have our chat. So basically what Biden has moved to do is reduce the levels of nicotine in the cigarettes to such a low amount that nobody would even, you'd have to smoke like a whole pack to get the same amount of nicotine you would get in one cigarette. And of course, they'll still charge you $15 for a pack of Newports, even though ain't nothing in there. So that's going to start the black market, and that's what they seem to be worried about. Why would he do that? Are we having a cigarette problem these days?
You smoke, I smoke.
Yeah.
But maybe that'll be the way to quit.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to pay $15 a pack for a pack full of air, because that's what they're trying to do. Like, they're trying to take it down to, but here's the thing. Is it just cigarettes? Are they going to do that to the vapes and the electronic cigarettes, or are we just talking the tobacco cigarettes? I don't know.
Probably to the tobacco cigarettes.
Well, that's interesting to me. And we're going to get into that in a second as to why that's interesting to me. But let me see what this other dude has to say. If he bores me too much, I'll cut it off, okay? I promise.
I don't care for cigarettes at all, but I do have concerns about authority here in what the president is doing at the last minute, and also the
talking about cigarettes that got wildfire relief in the corner. It's a lot,
right? These seem like obvious questions to ask.
Well, they're great questions, and thank you so much for having me, because right now, many people in the country don't understand the consequences and the ramifications of this administration and their policies surrounding tobacco enforcement.
So what would be the effect? And we played that clip from Goodfellas where they're selling cartons of cigarettes out of the back of a car, and we were laughing about it. But I am old enough to remember where people would hijack a tractor trailer of cigarettes, or you would buy cigarettes, and this was your job in the ATF. You'd buy cigarettes somewhere in a low tax state, and you'd cart them to a higher tax state and literally sell them out of the back of your car. But what this would do is create a vast black market for high nicotine cigarettes, and also have knock-on effects for other nicotine delivery devices.
I don't like the way she's saying nicotine.
And that's what the administration's doing.
Nicotine.
Low nicotine delivery systems, low nicotine cigarettes that have never been marketed, never been produced, never put out there before.
So they're going to come up with some new cigarettes?
A black market that this country has never seen surrounding tobacco trafficking.
Yo, this is crazy, ain't it?
To you guys earlier this week. Congratulations, administration. You've just empowered crime. You've just empowered the cartels, Chinese organized crime, the Russian organized crime networks to go out there and put cigarettes on the street because of this administration and their crazy, crazy ideas of interfering in something that's been in commerce for hundreds of years.
All right, I'm gonna stop that there, because it's a lot to take in. Okay,
pause.
It's a lot. Please. So while I think about this, hold on. Let me do this right. Since at some point apparently this whole situation we're gonna lose this. We're gonna lose the real cigarette, and we're gonna get some like Biden cigarette.
Where do you think the cigarette's gonna come from?
Well, that's the question. Where is it gonna come from? If we're growing the tobacco here, what are they gonna make them, like, genetically modify the tobacco to not have
No, that's not what I mean. So, okay, Biden decides to piss on everybody's cigarettes, right? This isn't happening in any other countries, just this one.
Right now.
Now, I will say, I was not a big fan of Marlboros in Germany. They are different. But, when I had, this was back when they had Deutschmarks, but when I had 5 marks, I could walk out of my house down to the sidewalk at the side of my little apartment building and put a 5 Deutschmark coin in that damn thing, and a pack of cigarettes would fall out. And I'd walk right back up the stairs into my home. So those cigarettes, I just learned to smoke them.
Right. Well, do you think people would learn to smoke these airy Biden cigarettes?
No. That's my point. Nobody's gonna smoke this shit, especially at the prices, because the cigarette companies are gonna have to say, "Hey, wait a minute. Now we gotta adjust these prices. Now, if the prices go down to like $3 and $4 a pack, maybe people will smoke that air. But for people who actually smoke, and like the type of people who damage things when they don't have cigarettes,
right?
These cigarettes are going to have to come from somewhere. So my question is, will it be coming from Mexico? Will it be coming from Canada? Will it be coming from overseas? They're going to get in here somewhere,
But that's the thing. Right now, our domestic tobacco is like Philip Morris and stuff like this, like right on I-95. Like,
you know what's crazy about it? It's like literally telling a restaurant you can no longer use salt.
Right. And then the question is, what's the penalty if you do use the salt? You see what I'm saying? Like, if you get caught with a real Newport, you know what I'm saying? Are you going to jail for what you in for, man? I got caught with one of them Newports, yo. That's crazy. How you gonna regulate that? Like, really?
Who does this benefit? Like, how does it benefit him?
I don't know. Somebody, you know how it is with these politicians. Somebody who would already invested in him and he hadn't done nothing for him during his administration. They came at the last hour like, hey, remember that favor that you owe me? Let's do this thing with cigarettes. Maybe it's some cigarette company that doesn't want or a vape company, one of those electronic cigarette type companies that doesn't want that competition no more. So they start with the tobacco cigarettes. Because I don't see it
down. Yo, smoking is at 11%.
Yeah, it's way down. So what are they looking for? Where's that money supposed to be funneling into? I'm telling you, it's electronic in some way. Because if not, they'd have to go for the vapes too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So either this is the first step in going after the vapes, or they're just trying to get everybody to start vaping because that makes somebody else some type of money. I don't know. It seems a little weird at the last moment to try to ban freaking cigarettes and Newports and stuff. Like, come on, man. Come on.
I mean, it's going to suck for us that smoke, period, because if you're paying, what are you paying, $10 down there?
No, not for what I smoke. I smoke some cigarettes that are packed locally by prisoners, and they cost me $4.29 a pack at Dollar General.
So let's say Newports. How much are Newports down there?
Newports are like $7, $8.
You will now be paying $20 a pack for Newports at minimum if
for
you're
real
buying
Newports.
them off the market.
Yeah, real Newports. It's going to be like Newports become like crack. It's going to be like how jail is with cigarettes, but on the street. So here's my thing. I appreciate when I blaze up one of my 305s here, right? I appreciate the fact that I know that prison labor was utilized to put these together, and that's why the price is so low. It feels like they're passing the savings on to us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not so mad about the fact that they're using prison labor to do it. And I feel like I'm empowering the prisoners because they have something to do. And so if I stop smoking these, I'm hurting the prisoners. So,
bro, let's get to didn't you do a show on the 13th Amendment, like slave labor, bro?
Yes, that's what it is. But I mean, you know,
dick.
I'm just being honest.
I'm giving them something to do.
HM is in the chat. What's up, HM? I see you in the chat over there.
Oh, yeah.